I am the law. Hey there, folks. I am the Mighty Plantain. Thanks for checking out this video. We've got a sour beer tonight from Mason's Brewing Company. This is Mason's Cranthrax Sour Ale. It's a sour ale brewed with sea salt and cranberries. 5% ABV by Mason's Brewing Company in Brewer, Maine. Now, I bought this at Tradewinds in I believe it was Brewer. What's interesting is that Stompers, another great beverage mart, I believe they're in Holden. Well, they're in that same general area, Bangor Brewer area. They don't carry Mason's products. And I think may have been some sort of disagreement between the owners of Mason's and the owners of Stompers, because they're in a similar geographic area. They're not that fucking far apart, and the folks at Stompers seem to get offended when you ask them if they have Mason's products. I'm not casting any sort of value judgments on either establishment, but I think that they don't get along. Could be wrong about that. But anyway, Mason's got some great beers, and they have got some awesome food. I've been to the brewery a couple of times. Have not been disappointed by any of their beers that I can remember. And the food there is really good. Appetizers, main dishes, etc. Hit them up if you're in the area. Go eat there and drink there. Drink copious amounts of beer there. They got some good beers, especially IPAs. A lot of breweries have IPA heavy catalogs, and not all their IPAs are good. Again, I haven't had an IPA from Mason's that I didn't like. So, anyway, their teriyaki steak and cheese sandwich, amazing, by the way. Gentlemen, do yourselves a favor. If you are at Mason's after eating and drinking your fill, make sure to go pee. They've got some really cool urinals there, made out of old beer kegs. They look cool. Anyway, I should say, people with penises, go and do yourself a favor, because we're not all gentlemen, but those of us with penises use urinals. Yes, I'm drunk. Anyway, I've talked about Mason's. I've talked about the other stuff that was on my mind. Now, we're just going to drink Cranthrax and tell you what I think about that. Oh, it's red. I mean, I'm not that surprised. Most sours these days have the same color as the fruit that they're primarily fixated on. But still, it's not always a given. Sometimes they're still brown or yellow, and they just happen to have the fruit flavor. But this definitely looks like it's loaded with cranberries. Slightly cloudy. Cranberry red, although not as deep red as cranberry juice. Plenty of bubbles coming up from that nucleation point, so it's pretty effervescent. But now, I mentioned it was slightly cloudy, but the cloud, I don't know if this is translating on the camera, but what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing a cloudiness with a slightly less cloudy exterior, but the cloudiness is kind of forming a core down here that's swirling in a very interesting way. It's almost mesmerizing. I could watch this beer all night long, but the haziness isn't uniform, and it's kind of doing a swirly thing, which is kind of neat. But that's definitely cranberry. That slightly sweet cranberry aroma with mostly tart. But I'm definitely getting tartness with a hint of bitterness and sourness in the aroma. It smells like cranberries. absolutely. Might as well smell like cranberry juice. It doesn't look like cranberry juice. Cranberry juice is not cloudy and doesn't have... It's got a deeper red color, probably thanks to artificial colorings, but sure as hell smells like cranberry juice. It's a nice medium to medium light mouthfeel. Damn. Big pucker factor. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. I mean, it's big on sourness right up front. Big sour punch. Big sour punch to the tongue. That resolves into, again, that tartness and bitterness of cranberries. From the moment you swallow it and on into the finish, it's like drinking cranberry juice. A hint of a light graininess, but still as close to straight up cranberry juice as I've ever found in a sour beer. But more sour than cranberry juice is. So... Burp. Whew. Pardon, not fucking bad. I'll tell you what. Bought a 4-pack. Burp. This is the first one I've had. I'm probably going to keep the other 3 in the fridge because this is the best way to combat a bladder infection I can think of. Yeah, don't take that seriously, folks. I'm pretty sure a cranberry sour beer is not as effective as cranberry juice. I could be wrong. So, But I wouldn't promise that I'm right either. Anyway, wow. Yeah. Oh. I said wow. So, I've got to hit this with a 5 out of 5. Honestly, like I said, it's like a slightly grainy cranberry juice. It's going down just as easy, just as smooth. And I'm not a huge fan of cranberries, but, Imagine, like, a jug of Ocean Spray cranberry juice that hits you with a punch of sourness up front and then just is what it is afterwards. And that's what we're dealing with here. So, like I said wow, because it's basically cranberry juice with a big punch of sourness up front, and it is just as easily drinkable as a cranberry juice would be. But there's still enough of a distinct grainy flavor, light graininess, like maybe wheat or something, that lets me know that it's still a beer. So, yeah. That's what I got. Hit me up down in the comments or the email link down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this beer, whether you agree or disagree. While you're down there, don't forget to like and share the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Once you've subscribed, click on that little bell icon up there so you get a notification whenever I post a new video. Gotta watch myself. Like I said, not my first beer of the evening, but I don't want to whack that and knock it over. While you're down there doing all that other stuff and subscribing and clicking on the notifications, hit me up with any viewer suggestions. I do try to get a hold of whatever beers that you suggest that I review, whether it be local or national. Some of the stuff is not available in my area or through my local distributors, but if you've got a beer or liquor or anything else that you want to see me review, hit me up down there and I'll do what I can to make it happen. I'm going to do the full tirade here. Homebrewers, your submissions are also welcome. I'm not going to promise to love your beers. I'm not going to promise to hate them. I will tell you that if you have a home-brewed beer that you'd like to see reviewed, I will give you a fair and balanced review. I'll try to get at least one other person to help me review it so that you get a couple of opinions. Can't promise that, but I'll try to be at least one. Sometimes I can get 3 of us. 2, 3. Try to be at least 1 additional or 2 additional for a total of 3, but at least 2 when I can. Hit me up if you got home brews that you're comfortable having reviewed on the channel. I will do what I can to do that and see what we can do about getting it in my hands for that to happen. All right, I'm running off at the mouth, losing my train of thought. Again, 5 out of 5 for Cranthrax. Until next time, folks, thanks for tuning in. Wow. Really mangled the word folks. Till next time, folks, thanks for tuning in. Cheers. I'm just drunk enough to know that I'm drunk, but not drunk enough to ignore when I fuck up.